Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Charles with Charles E. Snyder the Third Marketing, and I am sick. I mostly got my voice back now, so I hope it's going to hold out so that I can actually make some videos where I'm actually kind of behind because I lost a few of them on a bad memory card, so I got to make up a couple to make up for what all I missed while I was in the Philippines and everything, all that fun stuff. But anyway, all that aside, now that I'm mostly got my voice back, I wanted to talk about. Well, basically, I'm just going to cover a question that we received from the audience. His name is James. Wants to know, how do you create viral content? Well, the answer is a lot simpler. It's easier said than done. But basically, the concept is you have to create something that's creative, unique, funny, entertaining, educational, or touches people in a way that it doesn't usually happen. That kind of differentiates it from your run of the mill content. So there's definitely, it's very creative, and that's the easiest way to explain it. People are looking for something new. They're looking for something that touches them emotionally, something that they can identify with, something that speaks to them, which is, again, goes back to a lot of what I've been talking about as far as talk about what you know. Back when I was talking about like your why videos, creating that, which is part of your story, putting a human face on your business. Talk about the touching things. Share your failures, share your triumphs. And if you're, really creative, you create like a money dance video, or, do the newest craze, where retards are dancing while their cars are rolling down the street and then they crash or whatever. But be unique. Try not to kill yourself or anyone else while you're doing it, but be unique, be funny, be creative, or speak to your audience on the level that they can identify with, something that resonates with them, which is, again, is a lot easier said than done. But that's the key ingredient of something that goes viral, something that's, unique or you don't see every day. There's a lot of mediocre content out there. And if you're not funny, if you're not entertaining or something like that, or you're not sharing useful information, people aren't going to pay attention to you, which is kind of hard because there's a few people that like our stuff. We're starting to get a couple more subscribers, we're starting to get a couple more followers and stuff. But, the transition that we went through back at the beginning of the year, back in January, with the new website, new web domain, taking a lot of our old content off, our numbers have really dropped off. But that's to be expected with that kind of a move. So basically, we're starting all over from scratch again. But that's what you got to do is, number one, you got to create content. You got to let people know that you're out there. Going back to the analogy of a water stand in the middle of the desert, if no one knows you're there, nobody knows you're there. You get what I mean? So you have to get out. You have to get the word out there. You have to do some brand building. So the bigger your audience becomes, the more likely that you're going to reach the people with your message that, is going to resonate with them. But on the same token, you also have to talk about what matters to them. If you're going for like the emotional response, you have to think about what your audience persona is, or your customer avatar, and you need to speak to them on an emotional level. And there's a lot of different emotions out there. A lot of people go for, like touching, sometimes sad, sometimes fear, love, happiness, humor. There's a lot of different ways you can actually do that. But again, it goes back to what is, what's your target audience? Who are you trying to speak to? And then create content that speaks to them. There's a lot of different ways you can actually do that. The written word is a little harder to try and convey, like facial expressions, tone of voice, simple actions. Some people have a gift for writing better than others, but it's one of those things that the more you write, the better you'll get at it. The other side of that coin is you can kind of cut around that a little bit. Is you definitely want to write because that's what the search engines base their search engine ranking of your content on, is the words you have written. The other aspect of that is creating videos that people can actually watch what you're writing about, what you're talking about, what you're dancing about, or doing the money dance or whatever. That's the whole thing. Again, I've said it twice already, so I can't overemphasize it enough. It's a lot easier said than done. When you do it, it's awesome, but you have to continue working on building up that audience so that you're much more likely to get a message out there that resonates with people, that does become viral. Now, there's different levels of viral out there as well. I mean, some people are happy with 1,000 views. Other people are happy with 1,000,000 views. It depends on what your definition of viral is. If you're talking about becoming, like internet famous overnight, that's a lot harder to do. It's a lot more profitable to speak to your ideal audience. So I'm going to leave it with that. I can feel my voice is actually starting to get a little more raw again. My throat's still sore, but I'm going to leave you with that thought. James, thanks again for the question. We're always welcoming questions. If you want us to review marketing campaigns, review your website, or you have just some kind of a marketing or SEO or blogging question in general, be sure to send them to us. We always enjoy answering them. So I'm out of here. That's it for me. It's Train Your Brain Tuesday. I hope you're out there learning stuff. I've been learning some stuff learning some stuff myself, but because I'm still kind of sick, I haven't done a whole lot of it. But more videos to come. I'm working on the 1-minute video, the 1-minute marketing video, which I'm probably going to try and record either this evening or tomorrow. The script's already written, already have the general topic and all that stuff done. So it's just a case of getting it recorded and getting it edited, and you'll see it soon. I promise, now that I'm getting my voice back. But anyway, I'm out of here. Love, peace, and chicken grease.